welcome back, guys. Watching another episode of All Botello Outdoors. Chris Botello, your host. All right, guys. So today I'm going to go ahead and do a little setup for you guys. What I think is going to be a decent setup for starters who are just getting into bass fishing and they want to have a nice setup. When I first started bass fishing, this is something similar I went with. This is kind of a setup that I started with. Not this exact setup because of course I started bass fishing years ago when I was in high school. But if you're going to first get into bass fishing, I think you need to start off with a spin cast rod. Let me say that, a spin cast reel. So today I'm going to be setting up a Daiwa spin cast reel. This is the LT Regal 2500 DXH. There you go. This is an awesome reel, guys. I have probably 4 of them in my boat. But this one's probably going to be for my wife. I'm going to set her up her own personal little setup. But yeah. So when setting up or getting your first setup, my rule of thumb is never buy a combo. Don't go to the store and buy something that's already put together for you. 9 times out of 10, it's crap. So with that being said, let's get into it. So the Daiwa spin cast reel, the Regal 2500 DXH. I think it comes in 2000, 2500, and I think 3000. This one is like the middle spool, if that makes sense. Which everything I do is, a lot that I do with spin cast is strictly finesse. So this is going to be perfect. But you can do everything with it. You can worm with it. You really can't throw crankbaits, but just a lot of your finesse style fishing you can do with it. You can do a little bit more. You can throw small bitsy jigs, stuff like that. Your smaller jigs, you can throw those. I fish a lot of hybrids with the spin cast, not hybrids, but white bass with the spin cast, throwing little spoons, little jig heads, road runners. You can do a lot with it. You can throw smaller crankbaits and little shad flicker baits and stuff like that. Works great. Anyway, so like I said, I'm going to start with the Daiwa reel. I'm going to go with 8-pound P-line, which I like a lot, P-line, and I'm going with the copolymer fishing line. I know a lot of you guys out there like braid. I'm just not a big fan. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of braid. Not braid, but fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, guys, so like I said, I'm going to go with the P-line copolymer. It's a monofilament, fluorocarbon mix here. So it's the P-line CX Premium. It's got ultra thin, low memory, ultra strong. So that's what we're going to pair that reel with. So we're going to have 8-pound on the Daiwa, and I'm going to go with what is this? Lew's Speed Stick, and this one's going to be a 7-foot power, medium, action, fast taper. So it's going to have some little backbone to it, real sensitive, and that tip is going to have a lot of flex in it. So this is a clearance special from Academy when all the clearance was going on. $29. Y'all die if y'all knew how much I paid for this thing. I think I might have paid $6 for it, but of course, in the work that I was doing back in that time, I was all over the place. So I hit up academies all over Texas. So I found some great deals. I have stacks and stacks of these rods. Anyways, guys, so that's what we're going to pair it up with. It's a Lew's 7-foot power, medium, action, fast taper. So I think it's going to be an awesome setup. Let's get to it, guys. Let's put it together and see what it looks like. All right, guys. Got some scissors here. I'm gonna go ahead and take this tag off. I'm gonna take this clearance sticker off and stuff if I can get to it. Let's go ahead and take the whole thing. And we're gonna get the reel out of the package. I think these regular price, these rods are like 70 bucks. So it's going to be an awesome setup. My wife I think she's going to really enjoy throwing this because she's just got her fishing license here not too long ago, and she's been wanting to go fishing a lot. So, but I'm also thinking about getting a new boat. But right now, with everything going on, I just don't know. I don't know if that's what I'm ready, if that's what I want to do. But I've been looking at some Nitro Z18s, and I think they're pretty slick. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get this reel out. This it says 8 pound, 10 pound. You can do with 8 pound 240 yards, 10 pound 210. This spool is 300 yards, so we'll probably do just a little more than half of this. So I don't want too much string in my spool because sometimes it tends to just jump out, especially with the spin cast reel. So and you can put regular mono, what I'm putting, and you can put braid. I got one of these set up with 4 pound braid. That's what I caught my 9.3 pound bass with. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. You don't see the catch, but you see me holding the fish because that day I did not take a GoPro camera. I just went out to fish, and believe it or not, of all days, that's what I catch. But it was a pretty big fish on 4 pound braid on this reel on a Fenwick rod. So yeah, it was pretty awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get this out of the package. Cut it open, get it out. Hopefully I don't break it. I hate these packages. Tearing the whole thing up. There's that little nifty little reel there. Check it out. Beautiful little reel. It's got like a little bit of purple, green. It's a mixture of colors and looks really good in the sun. And that sucker is smooth. But I'm going to leave it left-handed like this. My wife always, when I give her a reel like this, she turns it over to the right side. She don't understand that this is actually right-handed and not left-handed. But hey, a lot of people are like that. I've seen some people reel them like this, like what the heck's going on. Anyways, so there it is, guys. Daiwa Regal 2500. Check it out, check it out. All right, let's go ahead and put it on the rod, the rod here, and then we'll line that sucker. The fan went on. There it is. I know the match is not that great, but hey, it ain't about the match, man. It's about the feel. Oh man, that's going to be a good finesse rod there. Love it, love it. I mean, look at that, so smooth. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and line it, and then what I'll probably put on there is like a little Ned rig, or I'll probably just put get it in a worming setup because I really want to test it out. Probably go out either this evening or tomorrow morning or the morning after. I'm gonna try to do a lot of fishing here lately for you guys. And I got this end already all dusty. Anyways, guys, let me go ahead and put a line on her and tie something on, and then we'll check out the finishing product. All right, guys. So I ran my line all through the eyelets. That's kind of how I do it. I'll just do it just like a regular, like a slip knot. Do it a couple of times, go back through. There it is. Lick on it a little bit, and then just get it to cinch down nice and tight. And just cut that tag end off there. Pull on both ends just to get it tight there. Get off there. And then just clip it as close as you can. You want to have your open face flipped over, and then when you get ready to reel, just flip it down, and then it's going to catch right there, and you can just start reeling it in. I'll move the camera here. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and fill up this spool, not too much, but you know, a good amount. Probably won't put everything that they say. I tend to hold mine and just where it's coming on tight, you know. And my spool is face down the same direction as the spool on here, and with the bait caster you actually want it the other way. They make devices to spool where you can just put your reels on a device and then spool your line. But in my case, I've never done that. I'm not going to go through all those steps, but just kind of leave some tension on there and gets on your spool nice and tight. Alright guys, I got it spooled. As you can see, kind of see my lip there. I still left a lot of room there. Like I said, this I'm not going to be making long casts with this setup. It's a finesse setup, so I'm going to be pitching it a lot, you know, maybe making some short casts and really finessing it, guys. So this is not something where I'm going to just fill up that whole spool. To me, that's enough. Still got line on that spool there to line another reel with it, which is something else I'm going to have to do here in a minute, is re-spool some line on one of my older ones there. But yeah guys, just set your drag on there. That's a little too much. Take it down a little. Man, it's so smooth. Right there. Perfect. So there you go guys, it's spooled. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the line off on the other end. And what I'm going to put is just a little 1/0 hook here, about that size, little 1/16 ounce, 1/16 ounce bullet weight. And man, that's going to be the ultimate finesse setup, guys. I mean, you cannot go wrong with something like this. Senkos, of course you can upsize your hook when you throw Senkos, but probably going to throw some type of small bait on there, a little creature or just something, you know. So little small worm, little not Ned rig, but the little bit bigger size Neds, your Zoom baits, or not your Zoom, but your Z-Man baits. Perfect setup like this. Anyways guys, let me go ahead and tie it up and then, alright guys, got my hook and weight tied on here. So that's what it's going to look like. And with that setup right there, I promise you guys, I promise you will catch a ton of bass. So if you don't believe me, tie it on, put a small bait on there. Same method of Ned rigging, you know, throwing small baits finesse style. This is an awesome finesse setup. So I throw this a lot when the bite gets tough. I mean, you can throw a little swim bait right here, peg that head to keep it right there, and then you can have a nice little swim bait set up. I mean, you can peg it up high, kind of have a little Carolina rig set up there. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. This is versatile. Texas rig, you can do a lot with it. Or just leave it like that, like a Texas rig. And that little bit of weight, it's a little bit of weight that gives your bait action going down, or sinks it down, you know, in a moderate, not fast rate. So yeah, this is how I'm going to set it up. I'll let my wife fish it like this. Probably throw a Senko on it for her. And it's going to be an awesome setup, guys. I like this rod. It's got a little keeper right here. And I can get it to go around right there, I guess. A little bait keeper right there. And with my spin cast rods, I usually put them in sleeves. But what I'll do is grab this string and wrap it around a couple of times. So, because spin cast rods, they do tend to get tangled up with your other rods. But there it is, guys. The Lew's 770 power medium action fast taper rod on a Daiwa Regal 2500 reel there. So, man, that's going to be an awesome setup, guys. Can't wait to throw it. So, yeah, we'll be throwing it here pretty soon. Hopefully the next time I go out. Man, it's going to be a good finesse worming rod. I mean, just all your finesse tactics there. So, if you don't believe me, guys, I got two of them sitting right over here. I'm not going to dig them out, but awesome reel. I can't stress it enough. Go out and get you one. You won't be disappointed. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If it was informative for you guys, please give me a like, a thumbs up. And if you're looking to get into bass fishing, this is the you don't have to go with this rod, but I recommend the real awesome setup for beginners, guys. So go grab you one at your local academy, Cabela's. They both sell them, and get to fishing. So hopefully we catch some good ones on this one, and we'll catch you on the water. Thanks for viewing, guys.